So the way it's explained to me is that the dog sniffs just above the water as the boat slowly travels through the lake, and that the dog can detect bubbles from gases given off by a body down below, and the dog will alert on those smells. They've been using the dog yesterday and today, and I'm not aware of the dog hitting on anything yet. Kevin, I don't know if has there been anything with that.
Yeah, the idea is that the dog does alert. Can you come to the mic, please? If the dogs do alert, they would record the GPS coordinates of that location, and then they would put forth a dive team with either an ROV or a diver to go in and check that. But there were no canine hits or alerts that we're aware of.
Any other questions? Yes. So the ROV is being utilized by the Tulare County Sheriff's Office. They have a crew out there on a boat, so they're using the sonar systems to scan the bottom of the lake, and then if they identify any objects, they'll put the ROV down to get eyes on, so to speak, of that object. And unfortunately, the targets that they've marked so far and gone down and investigated have not been what we're looking for. So the search continues.
Okay. Are you in contact with the family, or has there been a statement they've given?
I don't have a statement from the family. Our investigators have been in contact with the family since the beginning of this. We have a liaison with the family, working with them, and of course, they're going through an extremely difficult time, and we're trying to do everything we can to provide as much resources as we can and provide some closure for them. I don't know that there's a reason to do that. He was interviewed quite extensively on the night of that afternoon. So our investigators completed that task right from the get-go, and that's part of what focused our resources in specific areas of the lake. It was based on where the boat was found, where it likely came from based on the wind patterns and things like that, and the statement provided by the child. We've also interviewed other folks who were on the lake at the time in boats, and they've provided some clarity as to where her boat may have been at specific times. So that's been very helpful as well.
Have you got any new information on the inquiry since yesterday?
Any new information on
details?
On what? As far as
you know exactly what was left on the boat.
Oh, what items were on the boat? I don't have that.
Is there a timeline for the lake to be opening back up for continuing for people to come?
My understanding is as long as this operation is going on, the lake will remain closed to the public.
Any idea how long the operation is going to continue?
It's hard to say. Like I said, we can't predict. I mean, we may find her in an hour from now or several days from now. So there's just no way to predict that. Okay?
I know you've mentioned it, but can you talk again about the conditions underneath the lake and why it's so hard to find?
Yeah, so with this being a reservoir, there's trees down below. This is a canyon that essentially they put a dam on and then flooded many years ago. So it's not like a naturally occurring lake like in a bowl that just has sediment and rocks on the bottom. You have a creek that runs into it that connects to Lake Pyramid north of here. And then you have a creek that runs out of it and goes to the Santa Clara River. So there is a flow to this lake. Every lake has a certain current. And then in the afternoons, you see how the wind builds up, comes up the canyon. So it pushes the surface water toward the back of the canyon, even though the flow of the creek is coming into the lake. So that creates a little bit of an effect there. But I'm told by some of the divers that even with that current, wherever she went down, they're confident that that's where she'll be found. It's just finding that spot. That's the difficult part. I mean, you can see the lake's more than 2 miles long. At its deepest point, it's about 130 feet deep. There's a lot of area to cover. So my understanding, and this was already something that was planned, I believe it's next month. They're going to bring the lake level down significantly. I'm told to by 65 feet because they have to do some seismic retrofitting on the dam itself. So that was something that was already planned well in advance, not related to this incident. So, yeah.
Opening the dam, then where would that water go?
You know what? You'll have to talk to United Water about that. This is their lake and their water, and I'm sure they have a precise plan on how that's going to happen. Any other questions?
Can you spell your name, sir?
Sure. My first name is Eric. It's spelled Eric. Last name is Buschow. It's spelled Buschow.
Title?
Captain, Ventura County Sheriff's Office. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
You gave me Rhonda's name, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a-
So in fact,
Our detectives that are assigned to this contacted her, and just coincidentally, I walked in on a briefing with those detectives. In that briefing,